The Grand Galactic Council chamber was the biggest room in the... Zykar laughed loud. Everyone laughed with him. Ships? Those monkeys still use chemical rockets. They have no shields, no plasma guns, no warp engines. They are babies playing with fire. The laughter grew bigger. Elder Mira did not laugh. Her 6 eyes looked worried. Then please tell me, Admiral, if the humans are so weak, why did you come home with only 2 ships? The laughter stopped like someone turned off a switch. Every creature turned to look at Zykar. His purple face lost all color. It became gray like dead stone. 2 ships, he repeated slowly. Elder Mira pointed one finger to the giant black screen on the wall. Show the fleet report, she ordered. A scared assistant pressed buttons. The screen woke up with bright red numbers. Combined invasion fleet, 5,000 warships. Current status, 4,998 destroyed or missing. Survivors, 2 heavily damaged cruisers. Gasps filled the chamber. Seats creaked as powerful beings leaned forward. Someone dropped a gold cup. It rang on the floor like a bell. Zykar took one step back. This cannot be right. Our shields are perfect. Our weapons can break moons. Elder Myra's voice was now ice-cold. Then explain, Admiral. Explain why the weak humans destroyed almost everything in 6 hours, and your 2 broken ships ran away like frightened children. Before Zykar could open his mouth, the giant screen turned on by itself. No one had touched the controls. A human sat there. Just a normal human man in a simple black shirt. Short brown hair. Calm brown eyes. He sat in a metal chair against a dark background. No uniform. No fear. Every alien in the room stared at the screen. The air felt heavy. The human spoke. His voice was quiet but strong, like a knife sliding out of its cover. You were told to invade Earth, he said. You were told we are easy. You were told we have no chance. He leaned a little closer. The camera caught every word. Nobody told you what actually lives here. A small smile, not friendly, appeared on his face. Turn around, Admiral. Look at your proud council. Look at their faces right now. Thousands of powerful aliens looked at each other. Many were shaking. Some hid their eyes. The human continued. In 6 hours you learned the truth. And the lesson has only started. The screen went black. For 10 long seconds no one moved. No one breathed. Then a childlike scream came from the back. One of the cloud creatures fainted and fell out of its seat. Admiral Zykar dropped to his knees. His medals hit the floor one by one. Clink, clink, clink. And in the deadly silence, every being in the greatest empire the galaxy had ever known felt the same cold feeling in their hearts. They had attacked the wrong planet. 3 months before the disaster, the Vex Imperial Palace floated above the gas giant Vexera. It was made of black crystal and looked like a sharp crown in the sky. Inside the war room, 1,000 officers stood around a glowing blue map of the Milky Way. Admiral Zykar walked in. Everyone stood straighter. His boots made sharp sounds on the glass floor. Brothers and sisters, he began, today I give you the easiest prize in history. He touched the map. A small blue dot grew bigger. Earth. Gasps and laughs filled the room. Look, Zykar said, pointing. No planetary shield. No defense satellites. Their strongest weapon is a metal bullet that travels slower than our training drones. A giant spider general clicked its claws in joy. How many ships do we need? 10? 20? Zykar smiled wider. I will take 5,000. Not because we need them. Because every empire wants to say they were part of the conquest. Cheers again. Next day, invitations went out to 50 powerful species. Come and take your share of the new slave world. Bring 1 warship or 100. It does not matter. The humans will kneel in ours. Everyone wanted in. The Krix insect warriors sent 300 red battle carriers. The floating cloud people of Nimbus sent glass spheres that could rain acid. Even the stone giants of Graviton 9 sent slow but unstoppable fortress ships the size of small moons. In only 2 weeks, 5,000 warships gathered above the dark side of Pluto. It was the biggest fleet any living being had ever seen. Lights from engines made a new star in the sky. Captains made jokes on open channels. I will take the yellow beaches. I want the cities with tall metal towers. My queen wants 10 million human workers for the crystal mines. Admiral Zykar stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Dreadclaw. It was longer than most countries on Earth. He pressed a button and sent the official warning to the blue planet. The message was short and cruel. People of Earth, you have 12 hours to surrender. After that, we land and take everything. Resist and die. Every alien captain waited for screams, for cries, for human leaders begging on their knees. Instead, 4 words came back. Only 4. Behind them, Pluto looked suddenly very far away, and very safe. Hour 0. 5,000 alien warships hung above Earth like a shining roof of metal. Cities below looked tiny. The sky itself seemed to disappear behind engines and guns. Admiral Zykar stood on the bridge of the Dreadclaw. He pressed the red button for the victory music. Heavy drums and proud horns filled every ship. Fire warning shots, he ordered. Show them what real power looks like. Thousands of purple plasma beams rained down. They were set to low power, just to scare. Mountains of empty desert turned into glass. Oceans boiled in perfect circles. No humans were hurt, but every screen on the planet showed the message, we can kill you whenever we want. Zykar waited for panic. He waited for white flags. Nothing happened. No missiles rose. No lasers flashed. Earth stayed quiet. Zykar frowned. Strange animals, he said. Maybe they are too afraid to move. A young officer laughed. Let me wake them up, sir. He aimed the main cannon at a big empty field in the middle of an ocean. 1 shot. A column of water 1 kilometer tall shot into the sky. Still nothing. Then the sky answered. From the ground, millions of thin white lines suddenly climbed up. They looked like cheap fireworks at first. Slow. Weak. Laughable. The aliens laughed. Incoming primitive rockets, a sensor officer said, yawning. Nuclear warheads, very old. Our shields will drink them like water. The first wave reached the fleet. Each rocket exploded far away into 100 smaller bombs. Then each small bomb split again. Suddenly 10 million angry metal bees flew at the shields. Alien shields were built for big, strong attacks, planet-killer beams, antimatter torpedoes. They easily stopped giant things. They were never built for a cloud of tiny angry pieces. The first shield flickered, and died. A Vex destroyer lost power and started falling. Crew screamed as fire ate their ship. Then another shield failed. And another. In 30 seconds, 100 alien ships became burning stones in the sky. Zykar jumped from his chair. Raise all secondary shields. Return fire. But there was nothing to shoot at. The human rockets were already gone. New waves kept coming more and more every minute. On Earth, old trucks drove out of hidden caves. Farmers and teenagers pressed buttons. Grandmothers loaded rockets like vegetables in a market. Every country, every city, every village fired together. The sky became white with smoke trails. Alien captains shouted orders. Some ships tried to run higher. Some tried to hide behind bigger ships. It did not help. A Krix battle carrier the size of a mountain took 50,000 small hits. Its shield turned red, then black. The whole ship cracked open like an egg. Insect soldiers floated into space, frozen forever. A beautiful glass sphere from the Cloud People exploded into rainbow dust. The stone giant fortress ship was too slow. Human rockets crawled all over it like ants on sugar. 10 minutes later it fell into the Pacific Ocean. The wave was 200 meters tall. By hour 3, 2,000 ships were gone. Radio channels became pure screaming. Shields at 9%. They are inside the shield perimeter. I can't see the stars, only fire. Zykar's purple face was now white. His 4 hands shook. Land the troops, he screamed. Get to the ground. The shields don't work up here. Thousands of dropships left the big warships and raced down. They burned red in the air like falling stars. Pilots smiled again. Ground fighting was easy. Alien soldiers wore armor stronger than tanks. One plasma rifle could kill 100 humans. They landed in forests, deserts, cities, ice. The first soldier to open a door was a proud Krix warrior, 8 feet tall, red armor shining. He stepped onto green grass and pointed his gun at a little girl holding a teddy bear. The girl smiled and waved. The soldier's armor fell off in pieces. Tiny gray dust came out of the grass and ate metal like acid. In 3 seconds the mighty warrior stood in his underwear, shaking. Then an old man with a simple hunting rifle walked out of the trees and shot him once. Welcome to Earth. By hour 6, the sky was orange with burning ships. Only 2 damaged cruisers still flew, the Dreadclaw and 1 small escort. Zykar stood on his bridge and watched Earth turn below him. The blue planet looked calm again. On the main screen, the same human man from the Council warning appeared. He was drinking coffee. Hello again, Admiral, the human said. 6 hours. How do you like our welcome party? Zykar could not speak. The human smiled. Tell your friends the next part is even more fun. The screen went black. Behind the Dreadclaw, 4,998 wrecks burned all the way around the planet like a ring of fire. The invasion was over. The real war had not even started, the sky stopped burning. Smoke covered the sun like a dirty blanket. Across Earth, thousands of alien dropships lay broken in fields, streets, beaches, and jungles. Some were still hot. Some were already cold. Alien soldiers crawled out of the wrecks. They were the lucky ones, or so they thought. A Krix captain named Skrivac kicked open his door. His red armor was cracked but still strong. He looked around a quiet rice field in Asia. Water reflected the smoke. Dragonflies flew past. No humans. Good, he hissed to his 20 soldiers. We take this village, set up a base, wait for rescue. They marched forward. Their big metal boots made loud noises in the mud. 10 steps later, every soldier stopped at the same time. Their armor started to itch. Then burn. Then fall apart. Piece by piece, chest plates dropped into the water. Helmets split open. Guns turned to gray sand in their hands. Tiny machines, smaller than dust, came out of the wet ground. They were everywhere, in the rice, in the air, in the wind. Humans had released them years ago to clean old oil spills and nuclear waste. Now they only had one new job: eat alien metal. In 20 seconds, 200 proud Krix warriors stood in their underwear, shaking, weaponless. From the trees walked 10 human children, ages 8 to 14. Each carried an old wooden baseball bat. The children smiled and started swinging. Skrivax screamed once. Then nothing. Same story, different places. In the Sahara Desert, a stone giant soldier, 20 meters tall, stepped out of his crashed fortress. He laughed. No weapon on Earth could hurt living rock. A single human woman in a jeep drove up. She wore sunglasses and a cowboy hat. She stopped, opened a box, and took out a cheap garden spray bottle. She pressed the trigger. Ordinary water touched the giant's foot. The stone skin started to melt like sugar. The giant roared and fell to his knees. Inside the rock shell was soft green jelly. The jelly dried in the sun and cracked. The woman waved goodbye and drove away. In the Amazon jungle, cloud soldiers floated out of their broken glass sphere. They had no real body, just beautiful glowing mist. A human teenager on a dirt bike rode past. He threw a small net made of fishing line and cheap Christmas lights. The net caught the cloud soldiers. Electricity from tiny batteries ran through the strings. The cloud screamed, "Hi, beautiful, horrible," and turned into steam that smelled like burnt sugar. On a frozen lake in Canada, a squad of Vex elite guards in perfect purple armor walked toward a small wooden cabin. They wanted the humans inside as hostages. The cabin door opened. An old grandmother stepped out holding a plate of cookies. "Boys," she said kindly, "you look cold. Want chocolate chip?" The guards laughed and raised their guns. Grandma blew across the plate like she was cooling the cookies. White powder flew into the air. The powder was not sugar. It was dried bacteria from Earth's worst diseases. The first guard dropped his gun and started scratching. Then vomiting green blood. In 2 minutes the whole squad lay on the ice, crying like babies. Grandma went back inside and closed the door. Everywhere on Earth, the same lesson repeated. Alien armor equals useless. Alien strength equals useless. Alien pride equals deadly. Humans did not fight with big machines. They fought with mosquitoes that carried new viruses. They fought with ants that ate wires. They fought with snow that froze alien blood in seconds. They fought with dogs trained to bite anything that smelled like space metal. And when aliens tried to hide in the ocean, human dolphins wearing small cameras swam up and placed mines on their submarines. By the end of the first day after the crash, 99% of the landed soldiers were gone. Not killed by bombs. Killed by Earth itself. The planet was the weapon. In a dark room under a mountain, the same calm human man from the video messages watched all the camera feeds. He drank more coffee. A young soldier asked him, "Sir, do you think they understand yet?" The man smiled without warmth. "They will," he said. Very soon. Above the planet, the last 2 alien ships flew in circles, afraid to land, afraid to leave. Inside the Dreadclaw, Admiral Zykar watched the same feeds. His 4 hands covered his face. On every screen he saw his soldiers die from cookies, baseball bats, garden water, and Christmas lights. Zykar whispered one word over and over. "Monsters, they are all monsters." He did not know the worst part was still coming. The Grand Galactic Council chamber had never been so silent. 2 damaged ships limped home after 18 days of hiding behind the moon. The Dreadclaw and 1 small escort. Their hulls were black with burns. Half the lights did not work. When they finally landed in the Great Docking Ring, only 37 crew walked out. Admiral Zykar was one of them. His proud uniform hung in dirty pieces. His silver medals were gone. Admiral Zykar, you lost 5,000 ships and 90 million soldiers to a primitive planet. Explain. Zykar opened his mouth. Nothing came out. A giant screen woke up behind him. Everyone turned. The same human man appeared again. Same black shirt. Same calm brown eyes. He sat at a simple wooden table this time. A glass of water waited in front of him. Earth's blue sky showed through a window. Birds sang outside. Every alien in the chamber felt their skin crawl. The human spoke slowly so every translator could keep up. Hello again, Council. My name is not important. You can call me the voice of Earth. He took a small sip of water. 3 months ago you sent us a message. Surrender or die. We chose option 3. He smiled, small and sharp. You thought war is about big ships and strong shields. We never play that game. We play a different one. We call it survival. He lifted one finger. First, you learned our sky can bite. Then you learned our ground can eat. Now you will learn our memory never forgets. The human leaned closer. The camera moved with him. Right now, 200 small ships are leaving Earth. They are not pretty. They are not fast. They are made from parts of your own wrecked fleet. Inside each ship is a box. The box carries gifts. Gasps filled the chamber. Some members stood up to run. Guards blocked the doors. The human continued. Gift number 1, a map. It shows every home planet, every colony, every secret base of the 50 empires that attacked us. We watched your navigation logs while your soldiers were busy dying. A picture appeared on the screen. Perfect star maps with red circles around important worlds. Gift number 2, gray dust. You already met our little cleaning machines. They love alien metal. They are very hungry. They breed fast. The picture changed. A metal chair in a lab melted in 10 seconds. Gray dust poured out like smoke. Gift number 3, sleeping bugs. Tiny germs that only wake up around your kind of blood. Humans are immune. You are not. The human picked up his glass again. These 200 ships are on autopilot. They will land on your richest planets, your capital cities, your royal palaces. They will open the boxes. Then they will leave. He put the glass down without drinking. You have 30 days to say sorry. Real sorry. Send a public message to every corner of the galaxy. Earth is off limits forever. We were wrong. We will never come back. Do that, and the ships stop. Do not, and every world that sent a single soldier against us will learn why your survivors call our planet a death world. The chamber was dead quiet. The human looked straight at Admiral Zykar. Tell them, Admiral. Tell them what you saw. Tell them about the children with baseball bats. Tell them about the grandmother with cookies. Tell them how fast your strongest armor became rust. Zykar fell to his knees. Tears ran down his purple face. The human's voice became softer, almost kind. We did not want this war. You knocked on our door. You broke in. Now we are coming to your house for tea. He stood up from the table. 30 days. Clock starts now. The screen went black. For a full minute no one moved. Then the Supreme Chair spoke, voice shaking like never before. Open the emergency broadcast channel. Galaxy-wide. Now. Cameras turned on. Red lights blinked. The Supreme Chair looked into the lens and said the words no empire had ever said before. To all civilizations, all species, all ships. Earth is forbidden. Any being that travels there will be shot down by the Galactic Council itself. We made a mistake. We are sorry. Behind the chair, Admiral Zykar cried on the floor. Far away, on quiet Earth, the human man closed his window so the birds would not hear the rest. He looked at the countdown clock on his wall. 29 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes. He smiled again. They learn fast, he whispered. Good. 1 month later. The Grand Galactic Council chamber looked dead. Golden lights were turned off. Only a few cold white lamps shone on the center floor. Most seats were empty. Many species had left the council forever, afraid to even speak the word Earth. In the middle stood a single metal box the size of a shoebox. It had arrived that morning on a tiny human-built ship that parked itself in the docking ring, opened its door, and waited. No crew. No weapons. Just the box and a note, open when everyone can watch. Now every home in the galaxy watched on live broadcast. The Supreme Chair floated forward. Its light was weak and gray, like an old dying star. It touched the box. The lid opened by itself. Inside lay 3 things. First, a simple glass bottle filled with clear water. A paper label said, "From the Pacific Ocean, the place where your stone giant drowned." Second, 1 chocolate chip cookie wrapped in plastic. A small card read, "Grandma says you are still not welcome." Third, a child's wooden baseball bat, covered in dried purple blood. Burned into the wood were words in 100 alien languages, "We remember." The Supreme Chair stared for a long time. Then it spoke to the galaxy, voice small and broken. The 30 days are over. The human ships never came. They kept their word, because we kept ours. It lifted the cookie with shaking light hands. This is mercy. This is their warning. This is the last gift we will ever receive from Earth. The broadcast continued.